Well, this week on Bad Brackets, happy birthday to AJ Styles. Welcome back to another edition of Bad Brackets. I'm your host, Randy Isbell, and in honor of AJ Styles turning 40-something, I should have looked that up before we got going. Older than us, but one of our favorite wrestlers in the early 2000s, till even now, he is still going strong. We're going to have the very difficult task of trying to break down what is the best AJ Styles match, and been talking to David all week about it. It is impossible to break it down to 24, but I did my best, and we will see how things go. Speaking of, back with us this week is a returning champion from season 2. David is back.
Yeah. I know.
Returning as well as a defending champion in season 2. Robert Taylor is back. And also is a returning participant in season 2. Harry Broadhurst is back.
And 3-time season 1 champion, don't forget.
Yeah, those have been washed away because I was tired of saying Robert Hagan had the most wins. So you had your wins flushed away with all of his.
No, I have not. They still count, damn it. I won the first episode of Bad Brackets. 48, by the way.
48. So happy birthday to AJ Styles. We will not do a 48 match bracket.
Finally starting to look his age in the ring a little bit.
Finally.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. But listen. There you go. There's a good one too. Not a 48 match bracket because we're not going to do that kind of stuff. But it was very difficult to get it down to 24, and it just shows how good of a career that man has had. Let's get right into it. Look at the rules for those that are joining us for the very first time, or if AJ Styles somehow is watching this. Hopefully we don't disrespect your career too much with these rankings. But each contestant will guess 3 possible matches that will be on this 24-match bracket. And we'll figure out the order here in just a second. Points will be given away based on the seed of the match. So the 14 seed gets 14 points. If it's not on the bracket, it is absolutely 0 points for you. We will have the one counter pick. It has decided a winner already here in season 2. If the pick that you have as your counter pick is not on the bracket, you get 5 points. However, if it does make the bracket, you lose 5 points. Before the show, each contestant gave me their predictions for the Final Four and champion. 2 points for each Final Four pick correct. If you get all 4 correct, you get a bonus 2 points. And if you were able to pick the correct champion, you get 5 bonus points. Any questions?
Did you count like tag matches? Like
that's actually a very
Air Raid versus Young Jargons?
Very good question. Only singles matches and triple threat matches.
Let me just erase that.
So that was actually a really legit question.
And the other thing too is, and I asked him about this before we recorded, but he said that since he's only counting singles participations, one of the matches that I would have put personally on the bracket's the 2016 Royal Rumble where AJ made his WWE debut, but he said that wasn't eligible.
Yeah, definitely. That was the main reason. No Rumbles, no Elimination Chambers, no Reverse Battle Royals if he ever did that in TNA, no King of the Mountain matches, all that stuff, that'll be on other lists. So just singles and triple threat matches. I know he did a lot of tag stuff too, but I'm just going to focus on
multi-man matches that like Fatal 4-Way stuff like that, just nothing gimmicky and all that.
No Fatal 4-Way.
No Fatal 4-Ways. Okay, cool.
Yeah, most part. That's how I set the rule was.
Gotcha.
Most participations in the match was 3. And that is only because it was going to be even more impossible if I did not set that rule. But
sorry,
very, very good question. All right. Figure out who gets
You
first.
leave the good goddamn name of Omos out of this.
That dude's hysterical, actually, on Up, Up, Down, Down.
I'm never first.
Harry
I
will
never
get
get this.
the first pick.
Yay! I mean, boo, but yay!
You're not first, you're last.
And he is last.
I am last.
Robert is last. So Robert
Happens
gets first
a lot, I
counter
guess.
pick. David gets pick number 2. All right, Harry, you are the very first pick. Give me your first draft pick.
Give me Brock Lesnar from Survivor Series 2017.
You dick.
It's going to be so tough. It's all AJ Styles stuff, so I got to figure out how to do it. So
Brock
Lesnar,
SVS 17.
I'll just do Lesnar 17. We'll go there.
I would
David.
do Lesnar SVS for Survivor Series.
I think that's
Lesnar
really
17
bad.
is fine. David.
Let's go with. I'm gonna try to snipe a pick, even though I don't think it should be on there, but it just might. So I'll go with Shane McMahon.
If that match makes the bracket, me and Randy are scrapping.
Anybody remember what Mania that was?
33, somewhere in that
Listen.
range.
That match could make the bracket with Randy's rules. All right.
That's fair.
33. It was
This-
Mania 33.
I was right. Good for me.
Okay.
Actually, 33.
I'm going way back, pretty much about around 20 years ago. Give me AJ Styles versus Abyss at Lockdown 2005.
God damn it!
That's a really good match.
It was.
Although I will say that I think the Abyss match against Christian in 06 is better.
I was a huge Abyss fan, so
All right, Robert, back to you.
Oh, God. Right back
I'm
to
happy
me.
that he's got a good role with the WWE now, and apparently he's producing most of the stuff that's like been fire on Raw lately too.
So, I mean, I know which ones are going to be in the top, so not too.
Yeah, I'm just trying to snipe picks. Like my goal is to try to find ones that are low seated here.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work on. Give me Styles versus Nakamura in Wrestle Kingdom 10.
That was originally in my final four.
Not in
And
my final four. Probably could have been. I'll just be honest with that. But I'm going to guarantee some points at least here, hopefully.
More importantly, how did you just pronounce his name?
Absolutely white as possible.
there we go.
That's fair. Our apologies to Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke Nakamura. All right,
Yeah.
David, you're up.
USA. USA.
Nakamura, not from this country.
I'm gonna go with not the triple threat, but the one with
You
Loki
son
and
of a
Jerry
bitch.
Lynn from I think the 8th
Turning
pay-per-view.
point.
No, the 8th weekly pay-per-view.
Oh, the triangle
Loki
ladder
and
match?
Jerry Lynn?
No, Jerry Lynn and Loki.
Yeah. The one
Lynn.
that pretty much started it.
The triangle ladder match.
No,
Are you sure?
yeah, I just watched it about 3 hours ago.
I could have sworn that's the one that Lynn hit the cradle pile driver off the ladder on AJ.
They probably had it
so
at some point.
underrated,
But it wasn't
man.
that one.
So underrated in his career.
All right.
All right. So since I thought he was about to take my triple threat, I'm going to go ahead and take my triple threat right now. But I don't want the triple threat that everybody else is going to want. I want the
It's gonna be
Turning
top four.
Point 2009 triple threat.
Very nice.
Who's that against?
Daniels and Joe.
One of their many.
Same two. Okay.
Yeah.
Turning
TP
point.
09.
All right. All right. Oh, nine. Good. All right, Harry. One more.
We'll throw this one out there as kind of my long shot pick. Give me Dean Ambrose from Backlash in 16 when he won the title for the first time.
That was good. That was actually
Oh, he
probably
was
one of
already
Dean's
champion on
best
that one.
matches.
I don't know unless or the TLC or their actual match.
The one where he won the title. So that would be Backlash 16.
Okay, yeah.
Backlash. Okay. Dave.
I think it was also Turning Point, but it was 05. The triple threat Destination X with Chris Sabin and Petey Williams.
Oh, you son of a bit. Oh man, that was my next. Okay.
Dude, Sabin and Williams
Who is it?
were so good. back
Saban's
then.
with an I.
Yeah, Sabin's with an I.
That's fine. But what pay-per-view was it?
Turning
I'm
Point
getting-
05.
Yeah,
Are you
fairly
sure?
certain.
Was that when Petey was the champ?
Yep.
Okay.
Why did I put 05 at the end of it?
You know what's crazy is 20 years on, and all three of those dudes are working for the WWE now. Saban on SmackDown, AJ on Raw, Petey's a producer.
Saban still got it.
By the way, that's Final Resolution.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's where these all get tough. He always faces the same people all the time, and trying to find them is rough.
Okay, my last one. I'm gonna try for guaranteed points here. I mean, so I'm gonna give me Styles and Okada at a Dominion 7.5.
I almost went with the Naru Suzuki, but
Go to what?
What did you say, Dominion? All right, Robert, give me your counter.
Give me Shane McMahon.
That's some biscuit.
I thought about picking myself on that one.
But also at the same time, I'm like, it's Randy.
Yeah, what are you talking about, David?
I think Harry chose the wrong Ambrose match, but so I'll go with that one.
Okay.
Well, I think you're
better knowing Randy though too.
I don't think the Saban and Petey match is on there.
You know, in the first episode of season 2 here, I won because I got one of these correct.
First episode used this really well, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it was. I mean, wasn't it like 37, 35, 33 for that first episode, Robert?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, my 5 points got me that win. Yeah, it was close.
And then Randy tried to give somebody else's your points to somebody else too.
Oh,
yeah,
you didn't edit that out?
No, it was a goof on because it was while we were going through the.
I was like, those weren't my final 4.
No, it was also the bonus questions. I had them flipped because I had them wrote down on my sheet.
Mm-hmm.
We got that right. All right. Speaking of, we got bonus questions for you. We will see how it goes here. Write these down, and we will go through them here in just a moment. Your first bonus question worth 1 point. How many matches on the bracket came in the calendar year of 2005? I will say you guys picked 2 matches from the year 2005. Were they on the bracket? Were they the only ones on the bracket?
They better not be the only ones in the bracket, considering we didn't talk about the best one.
Bonus question number 2 worth 3 points. How many matches on the bracket came in the calendar year of 2020? Just to show you the longevity of AJ Styles.
That tag match he just had on Raw with Penta against Judgment Day was really good too.
That's about where he's at in his career right now. Because the Logan Paul Mania match was like, ooh.
The only thing from the Raw before we record this, because we're recording a little early, was the sad injury. That's all I've seen. Bonus question number 3 worth 5 points. How many triple threat matches are on the bracket? Remember, just singles and triple threat matches were eligible.
4 tag matches, playa.
Whole different bracket.
Teddy Long is going to be very upset at you. He's going to make you go one-on-one with the Undertaker.
That'll be a whole different bracket. Undertaker and tag team matches. That's it. All right, David, since you're first on my list and I don't mess this up, how many matches on the bracket were in the calendar year of 2005? 5. And 2020, you said 0, and you said 5 triple threats. Harry, you're next on my list. How many?
I agree with him on the first one.
5. You say 1.
I think there's one match from 2020 because I think the Boneyard match makes it.
And you thought 3 triple threat. You thought
you might do a trick question. So,
all right, Robert, how many matches from 2005?
I agree with 5.
5.
Oh, I have it blurred. I'm sorry. Let me take that off. Holy crap! It was better the other way.
I remember my first show.
I have 5. I actually kind of thinking along with Harry on that one, but I think there's 4 triple threat matches on the bracket.
4 triple threats.
We're all really close on these bonus predictions. I like it.
Yes.
But, you're asking about 2005. which is like when most of his greatest. So
Let's get right to it. And your 15
I'm erasing.
seed. Well, you can
Okay,
erase
I'm
while I
good.
reveal. Your 15 seed. Against Dean Ambrose at TLC. That was, I had it wrote down, in 2016. Or,
The rematch from
18
when he won
seed.
the title.
how about against Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules in also 2000?
oh, so this is what we're doing, Randy. Okay.
Which match against a former Shield member was the better AJ Styles match?
Has AJ and Seth gone one-on-one on pay-per-view? Because I feel like that's going to be your 2 seed at this point.
Who knows? I can't screw up your guys' picks for the first bonus question because you all said the same thing.
I almost picked the Boneyard match for my draft picks, but I figured it was either going to be number 4 or 24. I didn't want to flip the coin.
It's fair. All right. Show me winner.
Roman.
Roman, and a TLC. Taylor, why'd you go TLC?
Because I honestly could not remember. I was confusing matches in my head. I could not remember which one I liked more at the time, to be honest. So I just threw down TLC.
Yeah, totally fair.
So I'm
Harry,
full
why'd you go
transparency.
Reigns?
Because they used it to play off of their interactions with each other at the Rumble, and it was an opportunity to establish Roman once he finally beat Brock for the title.
Okay, totally fair.
I
You
actually-
Or,
three?
excuse me, Triple H when he beat Triple H for the title in 16. My apologies.
I actually watched both matches last night, and I would have picked the TLC match if it weren't for Ellsworth at the end.
That's right. Yeah.
Old Ellsworth.
Are
in
we
that
gonna
time frame.
are we gonna count him saving Ellsworth from killing himself?
By the way,
Oh,
by the
man, I
way,
remember that too.
research purposes, just so anybody knows, Meltzer gave both matches 4.5 stars.
Yeah.
Are you on Cage Match too?
No, I'm on IW Nerd.
I'm on Cage Match.
I go
Well,
pro
Those are
fight.
it's all
I
over the
remember
place.
everything. I'm trying to remember everything.
All right, your 10 seed.
We're not going right into the 2 seed here.
No, because I have to bring up Seth Rollins. He wasn't
They
the 2
did have their
seed,
number one
but
match.
Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles, Money in the Bank in 2019. I usually now go in the same quadrant, but we had to get the whole Shield thing in there. And your 23 seed.
So there was a gimmick.
Of course, I have to put it on there.
God
Whoa.
damn it.
AJ Styles and Shane O'Mac
We
23
quit.
for David. Which
And
one?
Robert loses 5.
Oh yeah, Robert does lose 5. Thank you.
What the?
I almost, if
I'm
you
glad
wouldn't have picked it, I would have picked it myself.
I'm glad you took
Yeah.
it, Robert, because I would have if you hadn't.
Yeah, that's fine, but
So,
I mean, I'm
we're
gonna
saying
lose
Shane-
these points on freaking principle.
Shane is gonna move on, is what we're saying here, right? You guys all love this match.
I don't remember the Seth match, and even I think it was better than the Shane match.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. Yeah,
Oh, there's the Shane O'Mac. Hey, the Shane match was way better than it ever should have been, and that's why I had.
That's why I voted
that
for it.
doesn't mean it's a good match.
Yes, it is. It
I
means
could go
AJ Styles
wrestle right
carried
now,
that,
and it's probably
dude.
better than someone expects it to be.
It's like every Logan Paul match. He gets carried by his opponent, and we all say Logan Paul's great. That's
That's
what
too
happened
far right
there. It
there.
was
So
The
good.
views and
Wow.
opinions of Randy Isbell do not necessarily reflect those of the rest of the panel.
Well,
Randy
then-
still boos Dominic. It's okay.
He bet-
I've cheered
better not.
Dominic forever. Dominic's my guy. I've been cheering Dominic since he was 8 years old, and the contract for his life was up on.
I wasn't. I wasn't. I was rooting for Eddie to backhand that kid.
That would have been really good TV. Maybe if that match happened in the 90s,
And
that's
Eddie
exactly what would have
100% backhands him.
happened. That would have been great. All right, you're a 2 seed to go up against Roman Reigns. How about against Daniel Bryan? This was SmackDown, June of 2020. It was at the IC title tournament.
Oh,
Absolutely.
geez, here we go with the 2020. Well, we're all wrong on 2020.
Phenomenal match.
I picked one.
Pardon the pun.
Isn't this one of Brian's last matches before he
I
faces?
think it might be his last one.
No, he faces Roman before he leaves the company because that's a loser. That becomes a loser leaves match for him.
Yeah,
It's
But
one
very,
of his
very-
last matches
yeah.
in the company.
one of the last ones for sure.
Yeah, that WrestleMania the next year when they had people finally.
I'm whatever. I mean, this game's going to be pretty much over because Randy's putting Shane freaking versus AJ in the top.
Brian moves on. Doof, why'd you go Roman?
Because I thought the other Daniel Bryan match was far better than that one. And I really like that Roman match, but
It's fair. Well, let's see if they face each other because your 7th seed is the
Is
other
the other-
Brian match
here we go.
from TLC 2018. Is it better than?
I mean, I don't know
Seth
why I
Rollins?
erased. I don't know why I erased what I had written there. I really didn't need to.
Spoilers.
Yeah, well, you kind of saw this one coming.
I agree. That's why I put them together. Taylor's just here to have fun now.
Should not have erased because I picked. It was yes.
I didn't-
So I'm just messing with you guys.
I'm here
Anyways.
so I don't get fined.
Yeah. So honestly, yeah. So I'm going with 7. Sorry.
Yes.
The
All right.
7 seed.
Have fun with this one. SmackDown or TLC? Which one was better? TLC from 2018, SmackDown from 2020. Which AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan match will make the final 4? Let's start with Taylor.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
which one?
Hold on.
I knew somebody was going to do it.
Well, I put AJ Styles for mine.
It would have been hilarious if all of them were the exact same. 7th seed, so TLC. Harry, let me see yours.
I picked the SmackDown match.
Ooh, David, break type.
We already know his answer.
Hey, I got to go through the whole rigmarole. Stop taking all the drama out. All right. TLC, AJ and Brian moves on to the final 4. Doof with a commanding lead.
I gotta say with Daniel Bryan, like he's the only reason I've ever bought an AEW pay-per-view when he went against Swerve. And that TLC match was just fantastic. I love rewatching that again.
All right. Quadrant number 2. And your 14 seed. How about against Minoru Suzuki from that
Did
one
you
place?
use Cage Match?
No. I use a different database.
Pro Fight Net.
From NJPW, New Japan, G1, Climax 24, day 17. How long is G1?
Usually 22 days.
Holy crap.
Way too long.
And your 19 seed. How about against Tanahashi in the King of Pro Wrestling 2014? Which Japanese match is better?
Do I have to vote?
Yeah, you're part of this
I've
game.
never seen either of them.
So,
Okay, I will start by saying that I have nothing against New Japan Pro Wrestling. I have an issue with watching wrestling where I don't understand what's happening. I need commentary as somebody who's done commentary. I
I'm
feel
the
like-
same way.
Isn't it?
So I'm literally using a composite database of rankings to make my picks.
which is code for he's going to Dave Meltzer.
I've watched both
which
these
is very
matches.
specific. Yeah, so
I wanna-
we have
I
one
wanna go.
wrestling fan here.
I want to.
I'm not it, but Suzuki with the vote. Suzuki with the vote. See, you all were just all on the
Yeah.
same page. So there you go. And I had.
Like
it
when
I
in
mean,
first.
I would vote.
I got.
I would
Access
vote for
TV when they
Suzuki
first
just simply
started.
on the ground.
Yeah, they first
Am I
started
on a
showing
delay
the
again?
New Japan
Oh,
matches
you just keep
little bit.
freezing up a little bit.
on Access, and this was one of the first ones I saw on it. It was like the same year I started watching New Japan religiously. I don't anymore, but yeah, I had no idea who Suzuki was, but of course I knew who AJ Styles was, and the match was like blew my mind.
I mean,
I just saw Suzuki at a GCW over Mania week.
I was just about to say, I do enjoy me some Murder Grandpa. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm. That was a fun match.
But New Japan has never really been high on my watch list just because of the lack, for the longest time, the lack of English commentary. Like they would have shows here and there that would have it, but
Mhm.
nothing consistent that I would be able to follow the product on a full-on basis.
Yeah, wasn't it about when Jericho started doing stuff over there that they started really having English commentary, like JR and Josh Matthews?
That's when they had that deal on Access,
Yeah.
and they were like probably 3 or 4 months behind what they're actually doing until they got pretty caught up and started showing it like the week after. But
All right, so the 14 seed, which was from the G1 Climax 24 day 17, will go up
The Wrestle
against the
Kingdom
3
match.
seed. The G1 Climax 25 day 17 against Tanahashi. Which G1 Climax day 17 match was the better G1 Climax? I don't know.
You were going for Tanahashi versus Tanahashi there.
No, I was going for either Tanahashi versus Tanahashi or the G1 Climax versus G1 Climax. Either way, stuff I have no idea about. Listen, if you want legit wrestlers, it's not me. I've watched my WWE and I'm happy, or sometimes not happy. Let's be honest. It's been a rocky road as a wrestling fan. Nice roller coaster, that's for sure. Show me winner.
Better recently.
Yeah,
we started over in WrestleMania 11, so
couple of Tanahashis. David, why do you not like the Tanahashi match?
not that I don't like it. I just like Suzuki better, and I don't remember. I remember seeing the match, but it didn't stick into my head like the Suzuki match did.
All right, we will just move on right along because it seems like we don't have a lot of people. I was hoping more people had more interest in this stuff than me, but we got one. So we'll just continue on. How about against Okada, King of Pro Wrestling 2015?
How many goddamn New Japan matches are you including?
Have you figured out what this quadrant of the bracket is yet?
Apparently.
Is this all you're gonna put in this
And
question?
a 22 seed against Okada in the G1 Climax Day 1 2014. This is the Japan quadrant, guys. Come on. Keep up.
What was the 11 one again?
11 was against Okada, King of Pro Wrestling 2015.
Okay.
And the other
Yeah,
one was
you
against
didn't.
Okada in the G1 Climax Day 1 of 2014. Which Okada match?
Okada matches.
From the looks of it, AJ and Daniel Bryan in the TLC match is getting a straight push to the finals.
Nah.
But for now, which Okada match wins? Oh, wait. And which Okada match did Robert pick? I forgot.
Dominion.
Yeah, Dominion. Which
So neither of those.
whatever.
Which
Yeah,
will
neither
pro-
of those.
Okay.
Which will
Probably a higher
probably
seed.
be the 6th seed.
G1,
I'm
G1.
trying to figure out which one I want.
Well, it don't matter now.
Okay.
G1 moved on. David, tell me about this match.
I don't remember a lot of it, but I do remember it was one of my first introductions to Okada after hearing a lot about him. And like, for Jericho is what he is now, but forever it seemed like he would put Jericho with somebody to help him get over, and AJ is that guy as well. Like if you, well, not, it wasn't like they needed to get Okada over to the US, but if you hadn't watched New Japan and you wanted to watch a guy you're familiar with, watch AJ Styles with him, and you definitely get a feel for who that guy is.
Yeah. Harry?
Official petition to make this American matches only in the future.
No. I just find people that have watched Japanese matches. I was
I don't
trying to
think
be
you've watched them,
cultural,
Randy.
man. No, I'm too busy. I'm just here to make the bracket. You guys have to do the research part.
I think we got
All
Wrestle
right.
Kingdom next.
Your 6th seed, and yes, it is Okada at the Dominion 2015.
Yeah, I got 6
So
points. I'm at 1.
Robert is ahead of Harry. With 1 point.
That's not much of an accomplishment.
An accomplishment none.
We're going for lowest scoring episode ever.
I still have to go back. Jesse and the NCAA mascot one had a very low score. I want to say he finished with like 4. But we'll see how this one goes. Show me winner. Dominion, all the way Dominion. And we will go right into it.
We're gonna make our nut with the TNA ones, guys.
I think you guys are starting to understand. We had the WWE bracket, now the New Japan Japanese bracket.
There's no way you could do an entire bracket of WCW, can you?
Ring of
You
You
Honor.
could do an
Yeah,
entire
really.
bracket of Ring of Honor.
I know. I was just kidding because
All right. We have Tanahashi and Okada. Which one moves on?
Oh, this color
Um,
sucks. Never mind.
Let's start with Harry this time. Stuck with the Dominion match. David. Okada. Clean sweep. Ooh, I went wrong. Tanahashi. But still, the Okada. Let's just say 60 on that.
You voted against the match that you picked in the draft?
You think
that was just the draft.
Yeah, he wants the points.
Yeah, no, that was point wise, just trying to get some points. There's also a reason that I wanted Tanahashi to continue to go.
Because you're guessing somebody has the Okada match in their final four.
No, because I had Tanahashi in mind.
Let's move on to quadrant number 3.
Is this the Ring of Honor
16
quadrant?
seed. Nope, TNA. Joe, Styles, and Daniels. This is not the triple threat you think of. This is the triple threat that Harry gets points for.
Nice.
Yeah!
Turning Point,
The Turning Point.
2009. So that is
16 points.
for Harry.
I'm
Congratulations.
coming for you, doof.
Or
0.05.
is it the 17 seed Sabin and Petey Williams
Son of a
from Final
bitch!
Resolution in 2005?
This is over.
Darn it.
This is over. Good.
David gets 17 points.
Good call.
Harry,
Very good call, man.
you lose 5 of your points. But which triple threat was the better?
Should have went with the Lynn, Low Key, and Styles triple threat instead. I thought about that. And the number 1 seed better be what we think it is, Randy.
That's why I knew this was going to be the TNA bracket. I saw the 1 seed up there.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, show me winner. All right, I cannot read those. We got Destination X. What is that, Robert?
Always
The
Styles,
Joe and
baby.
Daniel.
Robert
sorry.
agrees with me.
All right,
Always.
so that triple threat moves on. I have you guys really small, so some of the times I can't read. David, why'd you go with your match?
Because, well, obviously the other triple threat is better, but also this Destination X was still rather new, and these 3 frickin' brought it. And obviously it stuck in my mind today. I watched it this morning while working, and it was incredible. I love the ending of where Williams and Sabin are on the top, both with the belt, and AJ couldn't hang on because his arm was banged up, and then he just leapfrogs and grabs it from him, and GG.
What you got, Eric?
Relatively bold statement here. Not a fan of Destination X. I don't like the match.
Is it Ultimate X is the match, right?
Yes, Ultimate X.
Yeah.
I get it. A lot of those are rough to watch for sure.
The Elevation X was not great either, if we're being honest, but that's basically a scaffold match.
Yeah.
Scaffold
you
matches in
guys-
general tend to suck.
Yeah, I agree. And you guys knew it was coming. TNA Unbreakable 2005. Do I need to? Can I just
Nope.
hit the button?
Next.
Yeah. Moves on. Yeah.
Moving on. How about your
Moving on.
9 seed? AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels. TNA Against All Odds 2005. Or your 24 seed. And Jerry Lynn and Low Key, TNA Weekly Pay-Per-View number 8. Congratulations, dude, for winning the episode.
Yeah.
The 23 seed and the 24 seed and the
Oh,
17
it took them
seed.
shots with this one, with the Abyss one. I honestly thought that would be in there.
There's still time. I
This
wouldn't be surprised if
this
it was 8.
bracket is bullshit.
This bracket is beautiful. So I should have given these to Harry, damn it.
Is David about to break the record on points or something?
I go back
If he
to
hasn't already.
Yeah.
what did Jesse end up with?
I want to say
that's-
64 or 5.
Yeah, I think it's 64. I think you're right on the number right now.
I'm doing great.
With one?
I'm
You're
not
doing great.
last.
Yeah.
All right, show me
Yeah.
winner. Triple threat, Daniels. David, you're winning the episode, but you're not getting any of your matches through.
Yeah.
So you said you watched this match today. Talk about it.
Yeah. If the fatal 4-way from the opener to determine the X Division champion would have been on there, it would have made the bracket too. But it was
Week 2.
AJ starting his heel ways for the first time that I had seen, being a little piece of crap, and it was getting Loki the belt, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. And this Iron Man match was second place to me out of the 2 Iron Man matches also that those two had.
Harry, what do you think of these matches?
The 4-way that he's referring to is actually really good. It's not going to make the bracket, but I do agree. The 4-way to crown the first TNA X Division champion from the second weekly pay-per-view was really good. Styles.
Who cares at this point? Just move on with the game. It's like the Simpsons. Stop it! He's already dead.
Simpsons
Harry, I got you.
I'm sorry, Harry. I love
Robert is having flashbacks of the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Ooh, wow.
And yes, this is coming from a Jets fan that doesn't know what the Super Bowl is like. So
I was
don't
gonna
worry
say, I don't think. Well, none of you guys do.
Well, Harry has bad flashbacks of the Super Bowl a long time
The
ago.
Chargers have made
That's
him more
true.
recent than
That's
the
true.
Jets. If that's
Yeah.
saying
The
anything.
childhood nightmares of Harry Broadhurst as a Buffalo Bills fan.
I'm taking
I'm bitter.
taking the 5th fall right here in this contest.
You're
I will be
eight
back with a vengeance on video game sequels. Back with a vengeance.
to
I don't know what my
you.
next show is.
You don't want it.
Number 1 seed, Echo the Dolphin 2. Let's go.
Guitar
Hero
Hero 2.
18. Against Samoa Joe, Turning Point 2005.
Is that points?
Joe or Daniels? No. You had Ambrose, Lesnar, and then you had the
No,
triple
not for
threat.
me. I thought somebody else had a turning point match.
I thought I had a turning point match.
Oh, you
He
had a
thought-
final resolution match.
Yeah, he thought
Yeah.
Saban. That's why I had to ask, because he thought Saban and Petey Williams was from that pay per view, but this was the match from that pay per view.
I watched this match today too. That's what I was getting confused with.
It was the same. Like when we get to the Final Fours and stuff, Harry had given me a match against somebody that he's wrestled 80 times, so I tried to find it, and he had the wrong show. But again, he had the right area. Just with the TNA pay per views are always funky, and they just wrestled so much, so totally get it. But which match moves on to then lose? Is that Daniels? What are you doing, Harry? You have to pick one.
Christopher
Does
Jones
it?
continues to be underrated.
You know, just because I'm a huge fan and I just got to meet him for the first time ever a couple of weeks ago. I'll go with Daniels.
Perfect.
You don't need to ask about this
Oh,
one.
Angel, man,
There's no
it's
drama here.
So you guys want to wait to talk about the triple threat till we get to the later?
Yeah,
Let's
we
wait
could
to
just
the Final
move on.
Four.
This
I'm game.
bracket's done.
Yeah,
Triple threat. Move on.
this bracket's over.
This was
That Joe match though was freaking great.
Yeah.
Is that the
Ah,
one where
that's
he
crazy.
bloodies up the towel with AJ?
No, that was leading up to it. I think that might have been Christopher Daniels' blood that was on it. But yeah, it's still crazy though. Christopher Daniels being such a wily veteran back then, and he was 35.
All right. So we
You
had
know what
our
the crazy
WWE
thing is?
bracket. Go ahead.
Real quick,
Go ahead.
sorry, chiming in.
Yeah.
You know what the craziest thing is? Like I said, I just had the opportunity to meet him. He looks the same today that he did in TNA in 2002.
Yeah, he drinks the same blood Paul Rudd does.
And Bobby Lashley.
All right. We've had the WWE bracket. We've had the Japan bracket. We've had the TNA bracket. Now it's time to go back to Japan.
The leftovers.
The 13 seed.
Yeah, this
AJ
has got to be all
Styles
the
versus
mixture of everything.
Kota Ibushi.
Because we didn't see John Cena versus AJ Styles yet on the bracket. So this has got to be a mix of all.
Is this the Wrestle?
Yeah.
Is this the Wrestle Kingdom 9 match?
This is Invasion Attack 2015.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And your 20 seed against Naito. G1 Climax Day 4 of 2014.
For
The
some,
third match from this same G1 Climax that made the bracket. Because according to the internet, they're all really good. So
that's because the internet is up New Japan's ass, or was.
Until AEW came out.
Yeah,
Then they
The
found
internet-
a new app.
the new internet used to be up at New
Yeah,
Japan's
that's very
ass.
true.
Yeah.
100%.
I haven't watched New Japan since COVID, I think, and I used to be an avid watcher. But
Yeah, but this is your era. So who moves on?
Naito.
Naito, Ibushi, and
Give me a
is that
booty.
Ibushi.
Ibushi. Thank you. Again, I got you guys all tiny, so
Sorry.
and I'm old.
you're tiny.
That's what my wife says.
It's relative.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
All right, we'll just move right along to your 4 seed because I want to give out points to Robert. There's
Yay.
a Nakamura match. Wrestle
I was
Kingdom
expecting it to
10.
be 4 seed. I was thinking like somewhere around 10 or so, but that's cool.
Hey,
Yeah.
Harry said he almost had it in his final 4, so I feel fine having it as the 4 seed.
So this is actually one of the few New Japan shows that I have seen in full because this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the ones that Jim Ross did commentary on.
Yeah. I think it was the start of the Access stuff.
Well, they also
Right.
aired live on. It also aired live on pay-per-view. I think Wrestle King, because isn't this the show with Jericho and Omega as well?
No, that was a few years later.
Yeah, well, I didn't get the year on this, but I feel like
Omega
that
was
was a
like
bit.
17 or 16. But
All right, we got Nakamura, all the way.
I
very
I've seen this match,
specifically
and
do
it's
remember watching this match.
yeah, I watched this match, and God, their rematch at WrestleMania was so disappointing.
Yeah.
yeah, it ended right when he thought it was going to get going.
I
And-
will say, I will say again, I haven't watched a lot of New Japan, and I did a lot of research for this, so just to try to get the spread of AJ Styles' career because he was all over places, and yes, the internet loves New Japan, but
Used to.
man, the amount of time because they all came over here, all the good ones, but unfortunately, as Robert Taylor has mentioned, all these guys that you just hear, oh my God, they're so good in Japan, they come over here and you're like, they don't do the American style of wrestling as well. And
See,
they kind of.
I disagree. I think Shinsuke actually adapted very well originally because some of his NXT stuff is fire. The Sammy match from when he first makes his debut in NXT is one of the best
think that's
matches of Shinsuke's career.
I think that's the only one that I like. That I thought was like top tier. Okada's come over, and I mean, I'm not an AEW guy, but the little bit I've seen of him has not been great. And I
His
know he's
ma-
a lot older now, but
I will be curious to see what happens this Sunday in his match with Speedball because as we're recording this,
I
Always
the match
found
will have
Okada
happened.
overrated. That dude just doesn't sell. Sorry.
Yeah.
And
it is
but
what
then
it
again,
is. Maybe he's just
nobody
not getting
in
hit
Japan
hard
really
enough.
does.
I will also say that what kind of bullshit ass finish is a short arm clothesline.
Especially with somebody as small as him.
Yeah, at least come running off the ropes like JBL.
That's a big dude in person. That is a
It really is.
big dude in person.
Yeah.
How about your 12 seed? Robert brought it up. There it is. AJ Styles versus John Cena, SummerSlam 2000.
I honestly expected
Hashtag
that.
beat up John Cena.
Hashtag beat up.
Hashtag beat up
5,
John Cena.
5 could also be the Royal Rumble match. He might be going for Cena versus Cena here.
Yeah, I had to put this match on there, guys. Boneyard, 21
It was
seed.
Boneyard, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was shocked nobody picked that in their draft. All of you, I think, brought it up
I
separately.
thought it was going to be
Text
single
messages to
digits,
me,
but
Yeah, because
I thought it was going to be way higher.
I literally put it one spot ahead of Shane McMahon on purpose.
So no AJ versus Abyss. That's a shame. That was a great match.
I agree. That was definitely one. If
I
I would have
threw
realized,
I threw a Hail Mary with that one, thinking I'd.
I was going to pick it too, but you picked it
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
honestly, if I would have realized that, I mean, other than David, you guys really never watched New Japan. I was just hoping I was the only one. I would have went far more TNA, but I was
That's
trying
fine.
to spread things out.
It's a service to AJ. It's a disservice for us to be on it, but
And a disservice to Abyss, because I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved his matches too. So, all right,
okay.
show me winner. Cena take it.
Again, real quick, to shout out to Abyss, I'm with Boneyard as well.
Ooh.
To shout out to Abyss there, if you enjoy the Styles match in 05, you'll love the Christian match in 06.
Wait, hold on. Beginning of the show, you said no gimmick matches like this. You said like no.
No, I
You said no gimmicks. You said
multi-match.
one-on-one matches. This is not a match.
It's a one-on-one match.
This is a match.
It's not a match. It's not a match. It's
not a Firefly
It's a
Funhouse.
cinematic event.
There was a victor.
It's like a fight. No, nobody was pinned. They never gave any rules to this thing.
He buried him.
Taker
How
left,
much more do
won.
you need to
They never
defeat
said it was a buried
somebody?
alive match.
He
The only thing
literally
that-
buried him.
I'm
You
sorry.
don't know the rules of Boneyard.
There were no rules. There was just a cinematic fight. It was not a match. It was a fight. It was not a match. That's like putting Gold Dust versus Roddy Piper Backlot Brawl as a match. That's not a match. There was
That
There's
match
your-
ended in the ring with
actually that match actually qualifies more than Boneyard. That's not a match.
Randy,
Firefly Funhouse is not a match. The broken freaking what's it called was not a match.
all the Matt Hardy stuff.
Yeah, these
Randy,
are cinematic.
that's your
whatever.
episode title right there. You don't know the rules of the Boneyard.
Nobody knows the rules of the Boneyard match. I bet if you ask Taker, he doesn't.
Joke.
Boneyard
Anyways,
match,
number
I wish
5 is
it
going to be
wasn't good.
Cena Styles Royal Rumble.
Rumble, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It is. It has to be.
I was gonna make a joke, and it is. It's
Yeah. Don't get
match
me
was
wrong.
fire.
I love me some hashtag beat up John Cena, but the Rumble match is so much better.
By the
Yeah,
way,
I'm just throwing it out.
hold on. I mean, it's gonna
Oh.
mess up my graphic later when I do the editing because I have everything lined up when I do the points and stuff. But it's gonna mess things up. But I needed David on the bigger screen. When I give him his 5 points for getting his counter pick right, which gives him his favorite number.
Episode's over.
Unfortunately, I'm
Episode was
sure
over
he's
a
got
long
other
time
points
ago,
coming,
dude.
but-
Yeah, I don't think there was any question where this episode was going when you landed 23 and 24.
Right. But for him to land on his favorite number, at least at one point, had to make sure. So that's going to take me 20 minutes to figure out how to realign that. But
It's only his
that's-
favorite number because he
that's-
spent years trying to figure out how to do it.
he still
Yeah,
hasn't
so.
figured out how to do it. All right, show me winner.
My neck still hurts.
Oh. Yeah, that's one of the best matches ever.
Rumble, rumble, rumble.
That was
You can
so
go ahead and advance that forward too.
What's it going up against again? Hold on.
Nakamura.
Exactly.
Ooh.
What's it going up against again?
No,
I
just
did
have
have
the
don't dislike.
bracket.
All
I
right,
had,
so
the SummerSlam
Harry
match
saying Cena.
in my final 4, but I figured Randy was going to put both of those against each other somehow, and that was
Yeah.
right. Or he tried to.
Robert, let me see yours. All right. David, where would you have gone?
I had Rumble too.
Okay.
So you cannot feel bad about it. You would have been wrong no matter what.
I don't think we get to talk anymore this episode, like in terms of sportsmen joking around. The man's
All right,
got
guys.
69 points.
It is bubble time. Chance for David to get even more points, so he's going to pick a James Ellsworth match to make sure he doesn't get any more. But 5 bonus points on the line. If you could tell me the 25 seed, which match
Last
just
goes first.
missed the cut. Last
I remember that from the
does
first episode.
go first. Robert is correct. Give me
I
your
am
match,
going to
Vern.
still go with Abyss.
Lock
so-
down. Harry.
Give me the Daniels match from Slammiversary, the Last Man Standing match from the Bound for Glory series.
And David.
the other Iron Man match from Bound for Glory against Daniels.
Nice.
Still, nobody has been able to get the bubble pick. This one did not make it, just so I could put Shane McMahon on. And it was a little too new. But I really liked the Cody Rhodes match, Backlash. That crowd in France was nuts. I think this was one of my favorite matches just for the crowd.
I had that in my Final Four until yesterday.
Yeah, the shaking of that camera was nuts. That match was very good, especially for AJ Styles at the time being 46 years old. 47 because it was later.
Listen, just because I have a bunch of people cheering me on in an orgy doesn't mean I'm performing well, okay?
The match was good.
It wasn't top 25 good.
Yeah, Meltzer gave it 5 stars.
Randy's rules.
Not even the best Backlash match of this decade.
The best AJ
really
Styles
good,
Backlash.
That's not a high bar. There's only like one other Backlash that AJ was a part of.
Whatever. I'm coming back for video. Is that the next one that I'm on? Video game sequels?
I think so.
Well, Orton and Edge had the greatest match in the history of all matches in Backlash. They advertise it as such.
Because No Mercy counts as a sequel.
For the record, best Backlash match this decade, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
That
good match, but that's also more really spectacle than anything. So.
Oh, it's 100% a spectacle, but man, that crowd makes that. It basically turns into a concert before the match starts.
Off to the Final Four we go, possibly the fastest Final Four we'll ever have. But how about AJ and Daniel Bryan versus whatever the 6 seed was, Okada at Dominion.
It's about the amount of effort we're going to put into our responses here, too.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah,
While you guys write that down, I will move.
I mean, we got to do the.
Go ahead, Robert. You're showing it.
Yeah, I mean,
why not Okada?
Yeah, it's a sympathy vote. It's a sympathy vote from Robert.
Sympathy votes happen. That's how Bad Brackets lived in the old Life as a Game show. Is that what your guys' old pod was?
Mine's the sympathy.
Life is like a game show.
There's a lot of sympathy votes then. All right.
Rest in peace, Jonathan Nielsen.
What are you talking about? What just whoops. Nice slip.
That's okay. That's okay. We're there.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The Cena Rumble match is really good.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
If you've
honestly,
never
if there was
seen
any justice, it would be those two against each other in the final, in my opinion.
I agree.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Brian or the triple threat, which one was the best?
I see you still have the triple threat highlighted. You might as well.
Well, we haven't got to talk about the triple threat yet.
We haven't.
I wanted this to be
he knows what's going to win, so
the attempt to talk about it. So, Harry, show me your pick and talk about why you made the pick.
Oh, I have to write. Hold on. Okay.
Or you can just tell me.
There you go.
Triple threat and why that one.
To this day, this is the greatest in TNA history, not just the greatest match in AJ Styles' career.
Amen. David.
And that covers 23 years now at this point.
Man, it's crazy. David, show me winner. And why did you pick that match?
When I figured out my Final Four, I wanted to watch this match again first to make sure it was going to win. And I think 5 minutes into it, I said, yeah, this one's going to win. Because it holds up. All three of their styles are just timeless to me. Like if they did this match move for move today, they probably could still be exactly the same.
Fun, nerdy story, especially because nobody's watching this anymore after they realize that only one of us watched New Japan and we just have pretended this whole time.
We just offended most of
15-ish years ago, whenever we were doing the old, stupid backyard wrestling stuff that I feel today. We did that beginning of that match to a T until they started actually doing wrestling moves because we weren't that good. But the whole attacking of Christopher Daniels and him freaking out about it and stuff, we did that to a T in one of our matches. I still absolutely love it. Robert. Oh, sympathy vote. but talk about the triple threat match, please.
Because that's why. No, just no. It's honestly, it's probably honestly top 5 of all time. It's ridiculously laid out. It's definitely it's up there for best triple threat of all time against the Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Stevie Richards match at WrestleMania. Anybody can guess that reference? Yeah, you get that reference, but yeah, no, it's amazing, and it really helped put TNA on the map.
Benoit.
I don't know who that is.
But hey, bonus points in my opinion. Everybody knows that Stevie Richards.
I will give you guys a little bit of a backstory.
Okay.
Didn't they put Stevie's name on the DVD when they re-released it? The anthology DVD?
They replaced Benoit with Stevie Richards in all of his spots in the career mode of No Mercy.
That's really good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Real quick, before we get to the thing there, I do have one other thing to say about the triple threat match here.
Okay.
I just turned 40. So 2005, when this match happened, I would have been 20.
Old man. That's not as old as me, but go ahead.
That triple threat, the Unbreakable 2005 triple threat, I remember being the first time I ever put down my own money for a show that wasn't a WWE pay-per-view. I remember buying that pay-per-view when it happened.
Nice.
Because some of us still do that.
As you were talking, I realized David had 3 of the 4 Final Four, so I had to make sure I gave him his points because he didn't need any more. But Robert, you get 9 points because you had 2 of the Final Four and the champion. So that'll get you up to 14. Harry, you also got 9 points, get you up to 20. David, do you want your 11 points or do you want to stay?
I'll take it for history's sake.
80 points.
Can we just talk about my match that I have in my Final Four that didn't make the bracket? Does anybody else do you guys not remember the Daniels match from December of 09?
There was one I didn't get to. But I'm just surprised that the Brock match didn't make it because I love that one.
It's the pay-per-view. It's the last pay-per-view before Hogan and Bischoff come in 2010. And Styles and Daniels absolutely freaking killed it in that main event because it's back-to-back, that match and the 2 out of 3 falls match between Nigel McGuinness and Kurt Angle.
Nice.
Which what was he called in TNA?
Desmond Wolfe.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You know, I was planning on. I was hoping to just win, go undefeated this season, and I didn't pick this. I didn't pick this one. I was offered it, and I said I'll jump on.
Yeah,
so I'm just gonna say this doesn't count. I'm a fill-in.
This doesn't count.
I'm a fill-in. Late replacement.
Giveaway.
There's an asterisk.
Your filler.
Yeah.
Asterisk.
Let's give away some more points just for fun. How many matches on the bracket came in the calendar year of 2005? Anybody wanted to? Do you think 5 is still correct?
I think it was 3.
Close. It was 4. 4 is the correct answer. Nobody got the point there. How many matches on the bracket
seems criminal
came in the calendar year of 2020?
2.
0, 1, and 1. Yep. The answer, of course, was 2 because the Boneyard match made it on there.
Again,
well, I knew the Boneyard match was going to be on there. I wasn't expecting the Bryan match from SmackDown.
That match was so good.
Yeah.
I actually remember that one. All right. How many triple threat matches are on the bracket? David said 5. Oh, I had David on there twice. David, you might get 10 points here.
Yeah.
No, the answer was 4.
Woo!
Yeah. 5 bonus points. Gets him up to 19, which just puts him shy of passing Harry.
That's all right.
But the floor.
I like that I don't even get to participate in the third question.
Well, you didn't get it right anyway, so I didn't feel as bad. David, the floor is yours. 2-time winner here in season 2, and the all-time points winner, or leader now with 80 points. That's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, my wife always despised wrestling until she watched Total Divas, and then she got into it a little bit, and she fell in love with AJ Styles. So I guess I won this for her. But anyway, yeah, AJ has always been outstanding. Easy, one of the best in-ring wrestlers in the world, up there with Daniel Bryan for me. And I don't know if any of you two are going to be in the Hulk Hogan episode, but it was the most fun I've had researching. But that one might be more fun because I love watching pure dog crap.
Yeah,
being
for
entertained by it.
those who don't know, the next time
that
we
is
do
exactly what Hulk Hogan is. So
Yes.
again, we did the best AJ Styles matches in a couple of months. For Hogan's birthday, we're going to do the worst Hulk Hogan matches because that just seems fitting.
Ultimate Warrior Halloween Havoc 1998.
It's gonna
versus
be on the
Bubba the
bracket.
Love Sponge in court.
Yeah. And Gawker. Yeah.
Versus Gawker.
Hogan
Guys, we
versus
have too many
Hogan
ideas.
versus black people. That's
Whoa.
yeah.
Too real.
This
All right.
is getting edited.
Probably not.
There's nothing
That's
bad
pretty
about
funny.
that one. He's a racist piece of crap.
Truth is truth, and that's just how things go. David dominates this week. Next week, I am still looking for the third member of that episode. We'll get some new people in here to take on Eric for TV spinoffs. That was a bracket going on. No back-to-back episodes. You two, you calm down. You
Fight
pick
me.
AJ
I didn't know
Styles.
I didn't know you were still looking for a third for that. I would have chose that over this.
I gave you that option. I'm pretty sure. Didn't
No,
I?
you didn't. You asked me.
Oh
about
no,
AJ Styles
because you're in
matches.
game sequels after.
Oh, the week after.
Yeah. So you're in that
Hmm.
one right after. Next time you will see.
So then let
David's
me
a
have
while
it.
from now. No, you were back-to-back episodes. Next time you will see Harry. I'll
Rude.
go in order.
Okay.
So we have TV spinoffs next week, and we're gonna have some new people in there. Billy will be on here for the first time. We'll find the third. It's going to be no problem. Then we'll get Robert Taylor back as he'll take on Scott and Sean. They both are coming back for the mobile games one. It'll be game sequels, as Robert has said multiple times. That bracket was more brutal to make than the AJ Styles match. Next time you see Harry is the week after that, when we get the three unwise men back together, Harry, Eric, and Hagen, as they battle it out for the best burger toppings. We have to go back to food when we have the unwise men come back together. And then David will be back the week after that for the best tennis players. So there you go. Those are
Bacon and caramelized onions need to be top 4.
the next 4 episodes for you there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, sir.
Yes. Check.
Leave pickles off my
Eva would
burger.
approve.
Right.
She's you can go fornicate yourself.
We're railroading the end of his show.
We did. It went off the rails a long time ago. So let's just end it right here. Don't forget, good brackets don't last forever. Bad brackets might not either after this episode. We'll find out. Have a good